When I first had a vertigo, I was actually going on a run. And I stepped off a curb, and all of a sudden, like, the whole area was just spinning. So I just sat down and waited for it to pass. And I thought it was just, I had just had my son, so I thought it had something to do with that. And then, so we went to several different doctors, and they were just like, you're just gonna have to live with it. We don't know what it is. You're just gonna have to live with it. And that really scared me. And I was thinking, I must have a brain something for this to be happening. But they couldn't find anything until that wise doctor, I guess, the really smart doctor who I'm totally indebted to at Walter Reed, who thought, maybe it's this. Even though it's rare for a 42-year-old to have that, or 44-year-old to have that at the time, because it's normally with the aging population. But he looked for it and he found it. There it was, the tumor. And that was scary.
It's been such a pleasure to meet Mrs. Kelly. She came in with a very complicated case. She had a tumor removed in 2008, which then led to significant tinnitus, vertigo, and hearing loss. And needless to say, has been very mentally draining for her.
The tinnitus was definitely causing mental fatigue. And it's kind of like the more tired I was, the louder the tinnitus, because I wouldn't have the faculty to dampen it, like to have the ability to dampen it, to consciously dampen it or subconsciously dampen it. So the tinnitus got louder, so it was harder to hear. I was getting half the information that I needed. Like it'll be like, if I needed to know Wednesday at 8 o'clock, I'd probably hear 8 o'clock, and I'd be like, when is it again? So it was that. And I work with kids. I work with 4 or 5-year-olds, and they always have all sorts of stories to tell you. And I would fake it. I would be like, yeah, hey, that's great. Oh, wow, that's so exciting. But there comes a time when I'm like faking it. They're like, really? Yeah, really, So I decided I can't defer it anymore.
Mrs. Kelly came in 2 years ago. She was offered some great hearing solutions, but she wasn't quite ready for them. And as caregivers, we do that. We put things off. We don't think about our hearing health, but it's very important in order to take care of others, we have to take care of ourselves first. And we were able to do that when she returned 2 years later. Unfortunately, we did lose those 2 years, but we're so happy that we're able to give her the quality of life that she's looking for.
So I decided to defer it just for like a few months, but then I had hip surgery, so I ended up deferring it for about a year. But when I came back here, it was just yesterday that I was here. They're just so professional and so friendly. And, I wasn't nervous or anything. And, I feel very confident about Dr. Anna. And so when she suggested, hey, let's do the masking first and let's see how that works, at least to help with the masking for the tinnitus, at least to help with the mental fatigue, because it's really obvious that I had mental fatigue at that point. I was like, yes, for sure, I'll try it. And then 2 weeks later, we decided I should also try the cross and see which one works for me better. And I really do like the cross because I can actually hear.
Although Mrs. Kelly was doing okay with the tinnitus maskers, I wanted to try a different approach. I have access to other type of technology, and for me, trying the bi-cross was a game changer. This is where a device is worn on the bad ear with the microphone that sends information to the better ear. And this was a game changer. She really felt empowered to have the best communication and engagement and really feel confident with her friends, family, coworkers, and as a teacher.
When the first time she put it on and she snapped her finger, I looked up and I just started to cry. I was like, I haven't heard that sound on this side for such a long time. it was like, I was just like, oh my goodness. And the second thing I did was jingle my earring. I was like, I can hear my earring. And that was very exciting for me because I could always hear this, but I could never hear this. And it was kind of like off balancing, you know? And, and now I can hear my kids, and there's a lot less miscommunication and a lot less, huh? What? Can you say that again? What did you say?
Mrs. Kelly's case has been a really interesting journey, and what I'm most proud about is how happy she's felt trying, not only trying different products and solutions, but really finding the one that was best suited for her. Looking at her now and how confident she is, she's a better parent, in her opinion, as she's sharing this with me, a better professional out there and a better communicator. That is what it's all about for us and for her. I'm so proud of her. If you know anybody who's suffering from hearing loss or tinnitus issues, please visit our website at hearingdoctors.com.